Yes, we back with another one. Show Speaks 32. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, the notification bell. That way you get it as soon as I give it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to miss none of this dope content. I'm coming to you with quality topics as always, and it's always a point to make regardless the topic. You know what I'm saying? It can be some ratchet shit, some hood shit, some some ghetto ignorant shit, but if you see me make a topic about it, it's a point being made. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just what you see as like a title, or a thumbnail. We just want to put that out there, man. I'm on some real shit. But 702 Visions, District 1104, Show Speaks, and here we go. First order of business, the U.S. of A. You know what I'm saying? The Americas. First of all, hopefully your third eye's open. You are at least woke to some degree, and you don't buy into the bullshit, propaganda, the government, alphabet boys or alphabet organizations, groups, shit like that. Churches, don't buy into this shit. Now, what I want to talk about on this first topic is lies America told you. Now, it's I can't even count how many lies these people done told us throughout my lifetime, your lifetime, your mama's, your great auntie, you know what I'm saying, your great granddaddy. They've been lying ever since they came into existence, pretty much. And the enemy hasn't been here that long. We have. We've been here since the existence. But our, let's just say, the oppressors, the enemy, they ain't been here that long. They really knew. Ain't nothing. They not smart. They copy everything, stole everything. They don't create nothing. Ain't nothing new up under the sun, man. But moving right along, like I say, lies America has told you. For instance, they've told you space is up there. It's not. It's called outer space. Out. Space, it ain't up. Space is really the waters, the oceans, and that's outer space. You know what I'm saying? And hasn't been explored, discovered, and just, fulfilled far as exploration. There's no way you can know what's all in the ocean. But they tell you space and, outer space is up there, and you got all these constellation stars, planets, yada yada. Complete bullshit. They tell you the sun is 93 billion miles away. But I can look out the window of the door, go outside, and that motherfucker right there. It's not 93 billion miles away, man. Motherfucker right there. They tell you it's 365 days in a year, but we only know 7 of them. Why don't we know the others? And it just repeats. You get those same 7, and then they repeat again, and then again, and then again. And nothing in this world works like that. If I owe you $100, And if I owe you $200 and I count 5 20s, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, I cannot count it again and say it's 200. So how the fuck do we have 7 days, but you tell us we have 365 in a year? I can go on and on about a bunch of the lies America has told you. Me too. Maps. You know, we've all went to school, those of us that did. You got homeschool people, you know, don't go to school, whatever, but for the majority part, you know, a lot of us has, you know, went to school, some sort of schooling, and they show you a certain map, you know, a certain standard map, all 50 states, and I don't know how many cities across, you know, the country, but it's the same standard map. They tell you the equator is in the middle and the equator is hot. You look on that map and you look at the states or countries that's by the equator, right by the equator, and they colder than a motherfucker. Nothing tropical about them or hot about them. You know, so that's one way to, you know, figure out the lies or, you know about them per se. So that's one thing. The sizes, the shapes, and where they are totally just wrong and a lie. You know, they tell you the earth is this round sphere and it's spinning. My fault, y'all. My fault. I just gotta laugh. They tell you it's this round ball in a circle and it's just sitting in the sky somewhere. And we got all this water and land, and somehow, some way, the people that is at the bottom of this circle, they not falling down. The water ain't filled. I have yet to see any type of curvature far as water. You know, far as I'm concerned, water does not circular curve. And I haven't seen it, you know, nowhere in a movie, nowhere, you know. So I ain't gonna talk about the moon landing. Complete fucking lie. Never went to the moon. And why haven't we been back if we went? You know, like, these are just little things that I feel like people should just get. Like, why do you trust these motherfuckers so much and just believe what they say? I'm 37, right? So when I see people older than me buying into this bullshit, I just be wanting to throw up in my mouth, because you been here longer than me. And you still ain't figured this shit out? You still trust these motherfuckers? Like, but I digress. I'm gonna get back on point. So, like I said, one of the lies, big lies they told, was the map. And in school, you know, we've taught 7 continents. You know, this country, that country, you know, Africa is this, South Africa is that, Europe, Asia, you know. But if I told you that map that we see standard through school is complete bullshit, then what would you say or think? Would you believe it? would you believe me? Just, you know, some random nigga, you know, or you believe the people that's lying to you? You know, that's a big question. But of course, you know, I come with, you know, receipts and shit. You know, I don't just be, you know, talking, you know. So I have a video. This video is by Jane Elliott. She's a prominent person. She's been on Oprah. She's been in a lot of groups far as geography and quote unquote, you know, educational system, you know what I'm saying? Does a lot of lectures and speeches and all that. I don't know if the woman is still alive or not, but I do kind of marvel at her work and the things she said and have put out. And you know, she's been really dedicated to, you know, letting people know this type of stuff. And I have a movie clip, you know, because they tell us the truth in the movies. Now, I'm sure we believe in a higher power, you know, whether it's God, Judah, whoever. You believe in a higher power, okay? For the sake of just religious people out here watching, I'm just gonna say the Most High or the Creator. Okay, you might not call him that. I'm just gonna say that for this, you know, for this episode. So, the Creator or the Most High, he gave the devil rulership over the earth, you know, but he still runs this shit. The Creator, the Most High, he still runs this shit. And Satan has rules, the devil has rules, you know. If you a chosen one, if you got the hand of favor by the Most High or the Creator, you know, the devil can't fuck with you. But if you don't have it, then the devil can suck you in, can manipulate you, come around, whatever. A lot of things are spiritual, you know. Before they hit the physical, it's in the spiritual, you know. So, of course, we in the physical. So, I said all that to say this. They have to tell us the truth. You know, the devil has to tell you the truth. Even though he's lying and deceiving to you, he has to put it somewhere in truth and put it out to let you know. You know, we just gotta see it and, you know, get it, understand it. You know, it ain't like they just put it in layman's terms and just blatantly telling you they fucking you over. Nah, everything is symbolism, you know. You just gotta read between the lines, you know. Like the Bible is parables, allegories. So you just gotta know what you're reading. Can't take it literal. Alright, so they put the truth in movies, cartoons, comedy. Comedy is a great way to mask a lot of truth. A lot of comedians say a lot of truth, you know, and say it's comedy. But, you know, we know what's real and what ain't, you know. I'm just say that. So, I had a clip by Jane Elliott, and I have a similar example of what I'm trying to say and what Jane explained in her video. I have a movie clip to back it up even more, basically. So, let's go ahead and go to Jane Elliott. Shout out to you. Alright, so here we go right here. Y'all check this out.
White people are large larger than those in the southern part of the world. You have children going to school, and they're seeing this map.
Right.
They're seeing a distortion.
Yeah.
Of size, of shape, of location, of importance. In order to use this map at all, you have to take this piece off here, and put it over here. And now you see, the United States is no longer in the middle of the map.
Right.
Now, I did this with a major record company in New York City, I think in 1970. And an older man stood up in the back of the room and said, "Now, Elliot, you've gone too far." I said, "What's your problem?" You can't do that with the map." I said, "Well, actually you can." He said, "No, the United States isn't in the middle of the map anymore." I said, "The United States never was in the middle of the map. You need to realize this depends on how you draw your map." And then I pointed this little fact out. South America is actually 9 times larger than Greenland.
Even though it doesn't really look like it.
No, it is. South America is actually 9 times larger than Greenland.
It's crazy.
Now, according to your social studies teachers, what is the equator? Halfway between the North Pole and the South Pole on this map would be right about here.
Right.
And that means that Iowa has a semi-tropical climate. Well, you've been in Minnesota in the wintertime.
I've been in Iowa too. It's definitely
You know that it doesn't have a tropical climate. So you have to then introduce a real version of the map of the world. I think this is the one.
Oh, very good.
The Peters projection map. The sizes on this map are right. The shapes are distorted. Look at Greenland on this map. Right there. See it?
Yeah, it's really tiny.
See how small it is?
Right.
Look at it on the Mercator projection.
So why do they do that? I don't understand.
Why? Because the Pope commissioned Mercator to make a map that shows the spread of Christianity. So all the countries in which there are predominantly white people are larger than those in the southern part of the world, halfway between the North Pole and South Pole.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you have children going to school and they're seeing this map,
Right.
they're seeing a distortion.
Yeah.
Of size, of shape, of location, of importance. If they're looking at this map, they're seeing a distorted, shape distorted, but size and location and importance makes sense. This makes no sense.
Right.
On that map, Alaska is bigger than Mexico. On this map, Mexico is bigger than Alaska. And look at Canada on this map. Look at that thing. Not much is map. Look at Canada on a properly constructed map.
Yeah.
Do you think that's important?
A world of difference, actually.
A world of difference. That's a good thought. Look at there. Look at South America and compare it to Greenland on this map.
Right. It's almost like we're teaching kids that we're bigger, we're better.
That's right.
You know.
That's right. That's exactly what this map is. That's exactly what this map is supposed to do.
Right.
What we have in this country and call education is indoctrination. We start at 3. We used to start at 5. From the northernmost point of Canada to the southernmost point of South America, all the people in here are Americans. North Americans, Central Americans, South Americans. These are all Americans. You can't put up a wall to keep Americans out because we're all Americans.
All right, so that was the first video by Jane Elliott, and hopefully you paid attention to a few key things she said. Now at the end, where the lady was like, it's almost like they're telling us we're bigger, we're better, and Jane's like, that's exactly what, right. Deception. The devil has to deceive you, trick you, play with your mind, make you believe things that's completely not true. And like she said at the end, you know, this is not education, it's indoctrination. It's designed to make you believe something that's completely not true at all. And for most of us that probably don't know no better, or probably don't know this, then you believe bullshit. But don't worry, I'm here. You know, I'm here. And I'm trying to put you on a little game. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put you on a little game. So, I'm going to go through, a few things she said. Now, on that map, you got Greenland, and it was way bigger than South America. But in real life, South America is 9 times bigger than Greenland. And on a map, it's distorted. Like, true enough, in the little writing at the bottom, like they do contracts or like they do advertisements on TV, they tell you the bullshit, the big play, the big hoorah, and then real fast and real low, they tell you the real shit. Or on a box of cigarettes, a box of cereal, it tell you, hey, this can kill you, this has this in it, or this, that. So on majority of maps, or pretty much all of them, there's some little writing on there somewhere that's actually telling you the truth. You can't just look at it. You know what they tell us, right? If you want to hide somebody, just put it in a book or put it in some sort of writing. So if you just look at the map, you being bamboozled. You gotta read the shit, so you gotta read that little fine print. And that's just one of the lies, But like I said, I have a clip from a movie, a real movie, and it's showing you the same exact thing. So you got Jane Elliott, a qualified, let's just say professional at this, telling you, and then you have a Hollywood movie telling you. So let's watch the clip.
Are you saying the map is wrong?
Oh dear, yes. Look at Greenland.
Okay.
Now look at Africa.
Okay.
The two land masses appear to be roughly the same size.
Yes.
Would it blow your mind if I told you that Africa is in reality 14 times larger?
Yes?
Here we have Europe, drawn considerably larger than South America. When it's 6.9 million square miles, South America is almost double the size of Europe's 3.8 million.
Alaska appears 3 times as large as Mexico, when Mexico is larger by 0.1 million square miles.
Germany appears in the middle of the map when it's in the northernmost quarter of the Earth.
Wait. Relative size is one thing, but you're telling me that Germany isn't where we think it is?
Nothing's where you think it is.
Where is it?
I'm glad you asked.
Alright. So that was a quick clip of a real movie. Now, going back to Jane Elliott's video and what she was saying, it's like they're telling us that we're bigger, we're better. Well, the we're they're talking about is quote unquote Caucasian or white people. You know what I'm saying? And the deception is all the places and regions and countries where your darker colored cultures are, black, Latina, Mexico, and in the Hollywood clip that I just showed, they named a few places, right? Africa and Greenland, I think. Africa is 14 times bigger than Greenland, but on the map they look the same size. Okay, that's somewhere where white people or Caucasians are at, and we all know Africa's, colored. All right. Another comparison they made was Mexico and Alaska. Alaska, pretty much predominantly white. Mexico, colored, copper, you know. And Mexico and Alaska on the map, it looked the same size, or, you know, might appear bigger than Mexico, but in reality, like they said, Mexico is way bigger than Alaska. And last but not least, I think it was South America in Europe. South America is way bigger than the continent of Europe. You know what I'm saying? But on the map, it'll confuse you. It'll look like they the same size. So, and another thing, the man said, hey, size is one thing, but you telling me nothing is where we think it's at? And the man said, oh no. Heavens no. Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you can comprehend, or like you do have some type of belief in what I'm saying and what I'm showing you, then, you know, I suggest, you know, you do a little bit of your research, you know, and, you know, just look more in it. Be mindful of things, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much what I say, whatever the government tell you, reverse it, and that's pretty much the truth. Real shit. Real shit. You know, it's made to deceive and, you know, make others feel like they are bigger and better when they're not. You know, they just not. Period. So that's Lies America Told You. I'm gonna make that a thing. Lies America Told You. And, you know, I just, when I do my shows, I just throw one out there every, you know, so often, or here and there, or just, I just make it a normal thing. And trust me, I won't run out of shit to say. Trust me. Second order of business. Diddy. Take that, take that. They got you. Or maybe, you know, you got yourself, you know. Been going through a lot, man. All in the news, all in the headlines. So, of course, I had to, you know, touch on this a little bit. Diddy is being sued by Cassie. Well, it's already done and everything. And she sued him for sexual assault and sexual trafficking. And it's a big thing with trafficking, but it's pretty much state lines. You know, the crime you done, you took it across state lines. So that would be, you know, trafficking. So she sued him. Now that was a big deal, but that wasn't the big thing. The big thing was she sued him, and then 24 hours later, Diddy settled. 24 hours. I don't think nobody has seen a settlement come that fast. So, without a shadow of a doubt, you know, you was guilty of something. You settled that fast, had to be. My opinion. I don't know, I don't give a fuck, but I'm just saying. Okay. Now, we all know Cassie, you know, she's been like his Young Miami before Young Miami, you know, but she's like been there, you know, she been, you know, fucking with Diddy, you know, for a while. Moved on, got a husband, some kids, yada yada. And it was some talks about her new husband needed some money, so that's why she did this. But I don't even think that's relevant. You know, what took place took place. So that's that on that. All right. So now you're probably wondering. Well, a lot of people were wondering, like, damn, like, you just out the blue. You know, like, why now? Why at this moment? You know, why? So rape has or sexual assault has a statute of limitation. You know, it's not like murder or what else doesn't have a statute of limitation? Probably molestation, child molestation or some shit. Probably don't got a statute of limitation. But I know for sure murder. So sexual assault has a statute of limitation, but there is a such thing called the Survivors Act, and based only in New York, far as I'm concerned, as of now. And that's how she was able to pass the statute of limitation, and also others. But for those of y'all that don't know, let me tell you what the Survivors Act is. Alright, so we go to Google, we type in what is the Survivors Act, and right here it says Adult Survivors Act. The Adult Survivors Act is New York state legislation enacted in May 2022. So this was brought up last year, put in place, which amends state law to allow alleged victims of sexual offenses for which the statute of limitations has lapsed to file civil suits for a 1-year period from November 24th, 2022 to November 24th, 2023. Alright, so you had that year. Of course, now we're past November 24th. But this was around the time when Cassie put this in play. You know, cause I'm pretty sure her and her lawyers knew that this was finna take place, so we need to take advantage fast, real fast. And that in which they did. And also it was a lot more, you know, cases in New York that was filed under the Survivors Act right before the deadline. You know, right before that November 24th, 2023. And here are some of the names, you know. Jimmy Iovine, Interscope president, sued by same lawyer that represented Cassie. Alright. Cuba Gooding Jr., Harv Pierre, Bad Boy president, Jamie Foxx, Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses, Bill Cosby again. Wow. Terry Richardson. Don't really know who that is, but it says photographer or photography next to it, so I'm guessing he was sued by a photographer, or, you know, he was either sued by a photographer or he's a photographer himself. All right, Marcellus Wiley. Wow, that's a big surprise. Defensive end. Also a sports analyst as well. And New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Wow, the fucking mayor. So, along with Diddy, those names have been accused of sexual assault as well under the Survivors Act. Now, just going back 2-3 years per se, it's been a lot of coming out of the woodworks of people being sexually assaulted. First, you have the Me Too movement. You know, Bill Cosby is one of them. R. Kelly is another. Harvey Weinstein is another. So the last couple years, you know, there's been some, you know, coming out parties. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? But this Survivors Act is strictly for New York. So, those names I just named, they all, you know, in New York. You know, so now that's real big. You know, Diddy has been going through a whole lot. First, his businesses are failing, or they dropped them. Ciroc, De Leon, or the liquor, they got rid of him, or dropped him, or something happened. He don't got that no more. He gave back the publishing to all the bad boy artists. I did a show speaks on that about a month or two ago, detailing a lot of that. And I said specifically in that video, you can go back and watch, I said that was a cover-up. That was PR. That was, you know, a cleanup job. You know, that was to save face. You know, those artists had to sign a NDA, non-disclosure agreement, and they can't say nothing about Bad Boy, Diddy, nothing. So it costed him, but he made a move to save face, or at least not have it be too big. You know, not let it get too much, cause those artists could have said a bunch of shit. I'm pretty sure. You know, not just Cassie. You know, so and being that he's in the public eye and having trouble, you know, they would have definitely came out and said something. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. But it seemed like Diddy kind of seen this coming. Some of his moves have been questionable, like, damn, Diddy don't do that, or we haven't seen that. You know, all this love shit, all this nice shit, you know, like giving back the publishing, man. This man is a fucking terrorist. Like, the stories and the shit that you will hear about this man, what he do, blackballing, making calls to get you fired, all type of shit. Like, giving back publishing, that on the line with the pattern of Diddy that he's shown to be. You know what I'm saying? That don't align. This love, oh love, just want to spread love? Nah, nigga. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Nah. So that's out of the ordinary. This love shit. Let me see, what else? Keefy D gets locked up for the Tupac shit. But everybody know and everybody says Diddy was the one that set him up. Diddy didn't take the shot, of course. Didn't actually do the shooting. But he set that up. He made that happen. He made the play on that. And what else? Kim Porter. Oh my God. Kim Porter. Everybody knows that, you know, you pretty much set up your children's mother to be killed because she was finna expose you in her book. And which I'm gonna get into that later. But staying where I'm at, moving forward. All that shit that you've been accused of, people have allegedly accused you of, quote unquote. For a long time, you were the golden child. You were the golden boy. You are Clive Davis's man. And, you know, I'm pretty sure the power that you have or you got, like, you know, they protected you. You know, they swept shit under the rug, make sure, you know, you didn't get fucked up and whatnot and yada yada, but now it seems like they're not protecting you now. You know, something has happened to where they like, okay, now it's your time to get fucked, Diddy. You know, so I don't know if it's he tried to sue the liquor companies that made him rich, gave him his riches. He tried to sue them once they dropped him or whatever happened. So that's a strike right there. Those Zionist Jews, the elites, Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, they don't like that. They didn't like that. I'm pretty sure. Quite sure. Alright? You tried to buy Disney. Diddy? You. Don't know if you ever heard of Bill Cosby, but soon as Bill Cosby tried to buy NBC, sexual assault allegations and went to jail. Nigga. Jay-Z tried to tell you, Diddy, it don't matter, you still a nigga. It don't matter if you working for them. It don't matter if they protect you. It don't matter if they, you know, gave you your riches. You know, it don't matter. You still a nigga. Nigga. And it look like that's how they treating you. Or that's how, you know, that's what's going on. He did something, you know, to somebody, and now they kind of making him pay for it. He getting spanked, you know. Don't know the outcome of this shit. Don't know if, you know, this is a man worth a billy, you know, from what he said. A bill, you know, a little over bill. So, you know, a settlement being dropped, being sued, being dropped from all your contracts and shit. Your entrepreneurship ventures, you know, that can put giving back to publishing, you know, that was all money coming in, and now it's not. Now, we don't know what you got liquid, we don't know what you got in assets, yada yada, you know, investments, you know. But I can tell you those are some losses. Those are some big losses. Alright. Here's the deal. Or here's where I get a little, you know, curious as to how this just came about with Cassie. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so one of the questions that come to mind is, who are her lawyers, and exactly how did she get the money for that? This is a big case, a big settlement, you know, high profile. It's in the media, you know, this is a big deal. This is some Johnny Cochran, O.J. Simpson trial shit. Like, her lawyer is on that level, you know what I'm saying? So that's a cost, you know. How does she get introduced to them, you know? These are some of the questions that, you know, me myself came up with, you know what I'm saying? And went a little further with it. So here goes. Okay, so who is Cassie's lawyer? You know, who is Cassie's lawyer? And it says Cassie's attorney, Douglas Wigdor, hopefully I'm saying that right, says Diddy attempted to silence Cassie by offering her a large amount of money, but she refused to accept. Diddy's lawyer has now released another statement saying Mr. Combs' decision to settle should not be viewed as an admission of wrongdoing. Now, okay, something your lawyer's supposed to say in the defense of Diddy, you know what I'm saying? And but let's go back to the topic at hand. The lawyer. Who is this guy or this firm or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Douglas H. Wigdor. He's referred to by the Financial Times as America's most prominent Me Too lawyer. Douglas H. Wigdor routinely tries cases to verdict. He has won numerous multi-million-dollar verdicts and has consistently been recognized as the top employment litigator in the country. To date, his trial verdicts, arbitration awards, and settlements have exceeded $1.5 billion. Now, this guy is very, very important. Me Too is a movement far as women in defense to men, like you know, sexual assault, sexual abuse, all that whatnot on a job or in employment. Because if you notice, one of the most important things about this case is the fact that she didn't sue him as civil. This was something, she sued him as an employee, which really changed the playing field of how Diddy is being defensed. And also, it changed the playing field far as rules, far as what Cassie and her attorneys can do, you know, when it's a corporation or insurance and employment is involved. All right, so one of New York City's most aggressive employment lawyers, Business Week described Douglas as among the top tier of anti-discrimination lawyers. Douglas is widely recognized as a tireless champion of victims of sexual harassment, sexual assault, race discrimination, and other workplace misconduct. From Sean Diddy Combs to Harvey Weinstein to Dominique Strauss-Kahn to the NFL to the Grammys to Madison Square Garden, Douglas has been at the forefront of some of the most impactful sexual abuse and employment discrimination cases of the last 2 decades. Named the top 100 Hollywood power lawyer by the Hollywood Reporter and a top music lawyer by Billboard, Douglas' prolific legal career has been covered in profiles in the New York Times, Bloomberg, Business Week, and the Independent UK. He has been referred to in these and other major news publications as one of the country's most high-profile litigators. So, as I was saying, this is a high-profile case. As you see, this is a high-profile guy. Harvey Weinstein to the NFL, just so many big corporations, big conglomerates that this guy has represented and is known to be. So, how did Cassie afford to get this big time prominent lawyer? Alright, I went over a few things about Diddy, but let's bring it back a little bit just to make you privy as to what goes on in this industry. Okay, so let's not forget Ciroc dropped Diddy, you know, or DeLeon dropped Diddy, and Diddy went and sued. Let me repeat, DeLeon It's one of the biggest, or if not the biggest, liquor company or liquor brand in the world. And Diddy tried to sue them and say they're racist and all this other stuff. Alright, so that's strike number one. That's strike number one. Now, I've said all the time, numerous times, they're the ones that make you. So what if you're a good actor? So what if you're a good musician? So what if you're a good singer or whatever you do? It's the machine that makes you. So this machine has made Diddy. You know? So when you try to sue the machine or sue them or sue De Leon company and say they're racist and this and that, in their mind they like, nigga, we made you. How the fuck you gonna sue us and make us look like, you know, we're robbing you or we're this and that? So that's number one. Keep that in mind. Alright? From my understanding, he tried to buy Disney. You know, and Gene Deal said this in an interview, and kind of resonated. As Jay-Z would say, you still a nigga. Nigga. So him trying to buy Diddy is him trying to buy Disney is like Bill Cosby trying to buy NBC. Like, nigga, who are you? That's how they looking at you. That's how the controllers of this, that's what I'm gonna call them. The controllers of this, the elites, Illuminati, whatever name you want to call it, you know, they are the ones behind all of this. So, nigga, how dare you put yourself in a position we put you in and think you one of us now? You know, alright? So, alright? Now, the biggest marijuana company in the country stopped doing business with Diddy. Now, these are things that all happened right after each other. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest marijuana companies, Diddy was set to do some kind of deal, and they pulled the plug. Alright, now, let's go back to De Leon. Now, is it far-fetched to say they're making him pay so they would reach out to Cassie, or maybe bring a scenario or a situation where they come together and put this in Cassie's ear and say, look, this is what we're finna do, you know, and we're gonna use you to do it. Could be not. But these are questions that, you know, legitimate questions based on the situation at hand that you ask, you know, follow the money, as they say. So if, you know, these companies want to, you know, make him pay, well, this is the ultimate way to do it. You know, the biggest liquor company in the world, liquor brand in the world, they can make calls. Just like Diddy can make a call, they can make calls. You know, their brother is this. You know, their cousin owns that. You know, their uncle owns this. You know, like, this is that world, you know, a tier up from celebrity world, you know, and maybe this is how it came about, because this wasn't regular, you know, this wasn't regular. Like I said, this is a high profile case, and they made sure they crossed every T and dotted every I. And just to let you know how sure that they were, how specific they were, let's listen to someone explain it. I have a video, of course. Let's check it out.
They didn't sue just Diddy. They sued his corporations.
They sure did.
And they sued his corporations and sued in her capacity as an employee. When you do that, it triggers commercial liability insurance.
Yeah.
And it triggers another policy called directors and officers. Okay? And we know he's a director of these companies as the CEO. So now you got two policies. What happens then is it takes away Puffy's ability to settle. It's not his choice no more.
So it's no longer personal accountability. It's his organization.
It's his organization. And it's no different than like if you hit somebody with your car. Mm-hmm. Let's say you have State Farm. Mm-hmm. State Farm gets to decide to settle, not you. You could say, I didn't run the stop sign. That's not true. They're lying. If State Farm says, we don't care, we did our investigation, we're settling. That's it. That's what happened here. So because they added those claims, the corporate insurance carrier got to say, read over it and say, oh, hell no, we giving her the money.
We're hearing you. Diddy's public reputation is done.
So, like I said, this was an employment. She sued him as an employee. Corporations, insurance, policies. You know, these are all things that are very, very important. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much comes into play. Now, Jaguar Wright. She is somebody that has been exposing him and others. Your Jay-Z's of the world, your who else has she? Oh man, she smoked on a lot of people. But her in particularly, speaking on you, she said a lot of things. She's been on big platforms, you know, and just spilling it. And I came across a video of her, of course, and I think it was quite interesting. And from what she said, I'm gonna make a point. So let's listen to her real quick.
I heard Puff talking to his interns. The speech that he was giving was probably one of the most disturbing speeches I ever heard an executive give to interns. He said, the objective of Bad Boy is to kill talent. We don't want talented motherfuckers at Bad Boy. Talented motherfuckers think they gotta say. Oh, a talented motherfucker will tell you, I'm gonna turn in my album when I feel like it. He said, but see, if we get people with no talent, and then we make them look like stars, see, we have total control. Because without us, they can't be the shit. He said, that's how we're gonna run this label, and we're gonna run these motherfuckers into the ground, and I'm gonna make all of you rich. And that was his fucking pep talk at the Kit Kat Club in 1996 to his interns, who are now mostly executives at Bad Boy.
So that explains making the band, bringing unknowns, not paying them, dragging, damage. That explains that. We get one album, never see them again.
Sean Combs is maniacal, but he's effective at his tools. He messed with all of their lives. All of them. All for the optics, all for the glory.
Now, of course, you know Jaguar Wright's been in the game. She's rubbed elbows and been around these stars or, celebs, And like she said, she was at the Kit Kat Club and Diddy was talking to his interns. And it's just so funny because if you look at the talent that's brought upon us, not just now, but we can go back 10, 15, 20 years, like all artists that you see labels put out, or people with with labels, the shit that they decide to push, and you be like, what is this? Like, that's what I gotta do? Like, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, so if you wondering why you see a bunch of garbage music or garbage talent being pushed like they just the shit, well, Jaguar Wright just told you, and that is what, not only a record label, that's a job. If you want a job, they will do that to you. Your girl or your man will do that to you, So, and it's all for control. Control is a motherfucker. So, if I'm taking care of you, if I'm the one doing this shit for you, then I control you. And if you by yourself holding it down, ain't shit I can do with you. People do not like that. They like the shit Diddy said. You know what I'm saying? We don't want no talented motherfuckers. We want some bullshit that we can turn into just shit. We can dress it up, put it in a nice box and shit, and it ain't bullshit now, it's just shit. And we got total control. And I wholeheartedly believe that is the blueprint or the business model of the music industry. Now, I'm not gonna go into that. We sticking with Diddy. But I thought that was just one little thing that, I thought was important to put in there. So, as I keep going. Now, it make you wonder, did he really kill Tupac or have something to do with that? Did he really kill Kim Porter, his children's mother? Did he really kill Biggie, his artist? It's a lot of question marks surrounding this guy and what he is about. You know what I'm saying? I, for one, I know what I know, but I'm talking to you guys, and you guys don't know what I know. Not all of you, but, a lot. So, I gotta be mindful of my audience and be like, everybody don't know, you know what I'm saying? So, I kind of break shit down and let you know shit, and then you can go take it and get your own, research, get your own info, get your own conclusion, whatever. But I'm here to tell you now, man, all this shit is on point. And now, before Kim died, she had a sit down with Cassie, right? And Jaguar Wright also tells you this. She also tells you this. She had to sit down. Kim Porter, we all know, she was gonna bring out a book, write a book, telling all about, what she know about Diddy and secrets and this and that. And it's pretty juicy, it's pretty juicy. From killing Tupac to Diddy giving Usher a STD to getting Mary J. Blige pregnant and she had an abortion to it's a lot, man. It's a lot. So this is one hell of a monster right here, man. But it seemed like his reign might be coming to an end. I tell you again and again, this is the industry. All you niggas want to be rappers, right? You want to be a big star. You don't want to be big independent, do your own thing and nothing like that. You want to be get ready to take it in the ass or suck some dick. I'm telling you. You know, kill your grandmama, your best friend, or your brother. I've been telling you this shit, preaching you this shit. You know, and the more and more things come out, the more and more, hopefully, I get you to believe in it. You know, see it for what it is, what it really is. You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, have your third eye open, and you know, hopefully that'll lead you to where you need to be far as discernment. You know, recognizing what you see when you see it, you know. And yes, this shit is real deep. Real deep. You know, I can only imagine the shit Jay-Z did, and if, you know, he'll get his turn. But who knows? Jay-Z's a good boy. You know, he don't really like, he stays in this place. Let's just say that. He stays in this place and he's a good boy. You know, let's just say that. And this is something to watch, you know, something to pay attention to as far as the industry. Like I said, a lot of people got sued right after Diddy, you know, in the Survivors Act. And it's just one domino that's gonna make other dominoes fall. No doubt about it. You know, first it's Diddy, and then other artists and other shit will get opened up. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, just pay attention. Don't buy into the character. Just listen to the fucking music, man. Don't buy into no fucking celebrities, man. Now, hopefully you tuned in all the way to this point. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you for tuning in to your boy, showing your boy some love, man. I really appreciate all the love. Please continue, you know, to support your boy. And, you know, look out for new things, new content. You know, we grinding, we putting in the work. And, you know, we getting results. So, that's my appreciation and, you know, my token, you know, for that. And, please hit that like button. Hit that notification button. Make sure you hit that bell. That way you get the content as soon as I give it. As soon as I give it. You don't want to miss none of this dope content, man. District 1104, 702 Visions, Show Speaks. It's been another one, y'all.
You are now watching 702 Visions.
Shout out to y'all boys, man.